Yeah, we back. Now today we got news coming out of Burkina Faso. As you can see, take a look up on the screen. It's self-explanatory. Burkina Faso arrests 3 soldiers over a plot against the regime. Yeah, man. Yesterday, or maybe the other day, they tried to take that boy out, man. They tried to take that boy out. Ibrahim Traoré. They tried to take him out. But that's part of the game, though. That's part of politics. When you get into politics, you got to understand, it's like you jumping into the streets. It's like you dealing with the mafia and all these criminal enterprises. It's no different, man. It's no different, man. Now, let's jump into the story. Take a look up on the screen. A press release by the military tribunal states that there has been an attempted coup against Africa and the world's youngest serving president. This is the 3rd time that individuals have tried to eliminate him. Investigators last month received a tip-off about soldiers and former soldiers working in intelligence who are scouting out the homes and other locations used by key figures in the military government, including Captain Ibrahim Traoré. I'm not going to call him, this is the European media. This is the French media. I'm reading the French media. So they're putting the label on him as a strong man. Oh, the strong man captain. Listen, I'm not going to throw that label on my brother. I don't recognize what the white man talking about. But anyways, let's continue. The suspects have been charged with involvement in a military plot, a breach of military orders, plotting against the state security, criminal association, and endangerment. The 3 suspects were named as you can see, take a look up on the screen. They unequivocally admitted the facts. Traoré took power on September 30th, 2022, at the age of 34, making him the world's youngest leader outside of royalty. He toppled Paul-Henri Damiba, who little more than 8 months earlier had ousted Burkina's elected president, Kabore. Now, for those of y'all who've been watching the timeline of the events, when this guy took power, Damiba, this dude, a puppet of the West, he was not the guy. And I remember back when Burkina Faso had a coup d'etat a few months after Mali, and I seen this guy rise to power. But I didn't see him take any of the same measures that the president of Mali was taking in terms of breaking away from the French diplomatic relationship. I didn't see this guy take those same political actions. So I didn't really see him as the guy. So when I see him he got overthrown by Traoré months later, I wasn't surprised because he wasn't the guy. It was kind of like the guy back in Gabon, the fake revolutionary down in Gabon. That dude, he's a puppet of the West, man. He's linking up with the French ambassador. He's an Élysée boy, Frenchy Élysée boy. He gonna be up at the Élysée in a few months with his suit on, taking a picture with Macron. These Frenchy Élysée boys, they ain't the guys, man. They ain't the guys. They some imposters. They some pretenders, but it is what it is, though. Let's continue. Shortly after Traoré's takeover, military prosecutors in December said there had been an attempt to destabilize state institutions. So, Traoré took power. When did he take power exactly? He took power in September of 2022, and there was another coup d'etat attempt back in December of that same year, a few months after he rose to power. So, like I told you, man, politics, it's not a game, man. Let's continue. Now, take a look up on the screen. I actually have a press release from the military government in Burkina Faso. Let's take a look at it. It says, at the end of August 2023, facts were reported to the military prosecutor's office, according to which soldiers and former soldiers in intelligence would identify sensitive points and homes, including that of the transitional president and certain civil and military authorities, and with a view to destabilizing the conduct of the transition. Following this denunciation, the military prosecutor's office instructed the research section of the Ouagadougou Gendarmerie to open a detailed investigation and arrest the alleged perpetrators and accomplices. To date, there are 3 soldiers in question who have been arrested and presented to an investigating judge who indicted them and placed them in preventative detention for acts of military conspiracy, violation of instructions, conspiracy against the security of the state, criminal conspiracy, and endangering the lives of others. And then they give the names of the dishonorable black men that attempted and failed to overthrow the government. Investigations are continuing with the view to establishing all possible implications and drawing all legal consequences. The military prosecutor's office invites anyone with information likely to advance the investigation to please contact us directly for the purpose or make it available to the research section of the Ouagadougou Gendarmerie. Now, in total, there has been 6 or 7 counter coup d'etat attempts against the governments of Mali and Burkina Faso in the past 20 months. Now, first things first, I want to give a round of applause to the brothers for their excellent, for staying on top of their security, man. I want to give a round of applause because that's been multiple times. Because, man, wow, man. Take a look up on the screen. For those of y'all who've been watching the timeline of events, you know that back in July 2021, the current leader of Mali, there was an assassination attempt on his life back in the summer of 2021. And I believe that was only maybe 2 months, not even, after he came to power. Now, of course, due to the fact that, those black men stay on top of their security, the suspect was caught and he was He was sacrificed to the ancestors. Rest in peace. Rest in peace to the traitors. And kept it moving, man. Kept it moving. But then, just I think less than a year after that, take a look up on the screen. Mali's military government says it foiled a counter-coup attempt. Assimi Goïta's military government accuses an unnamed Western state of supporting the alleged coup attempt. That was less than a year after the last assassination attempt where he was at church and the dude tried to stab him. But Burkina Faso and Mali, as you already know, they're allies. I believe they're right next door. They're neighbors. And those are two nations that you can say currently are in open rebellion against the Western powers. They've been under sanctions for months. I mean, listen, they're in open rebellion against the Western powers. And because of trying to fight off the effects of the sanctions and being ostracized by the international community, they found friendship among each other. They decided to look towards each other, connect amongst each other economically, politically, militarily. So these incidents shouldn't really be a surprise to anybody, to be honest, man. I mean, but if I was a political advisor for either the president of Burkina Faso or the president of Mali, this is what I would tell him, right? This is what I would tell him. Number one, you got to promote national unity. You got to unify the brotherhood, man. You got to make sure there's no dissent. There's no unhappy elements among the population, among the elites, among the military. You got to make sure all the black men are on the same accord. You got to sit down at the table with your brothers and get on one accord. And then you need to invest in the military. I know right now, Burkina Faso upside down. We already know what happened. Ever since NATO intervened in Libya, Burkina Faso been suffering the after effects of that. But investing in military, not only just the military, but also the intelligence branch, like whatever equivalent you got to the CIA, you need to make a Burkina Faso CIA. You know what I mean? Yes, indeed. Burkina Faso FBI, you need to invest in the intelligence branch of your security apparatus. Also, due to the fact that you got sanctions all up and down, all upside down, you need to increase your diplomacy and your alliances with your neighbors. Just like you did with Mali and Niger, you need to find camaraderie amongst your fellow African nations. The West got us blackballed. The West, they hating on us. We got to look towards our brothers, man. And then from that, we diversify our economy by doing for self among each other, trading amongst each other, man. Reducing our economic dependence on the West. You're blackballed right now. You sanctioned right now. So you got no choice but to become self-sufficient in any way that you can. I remember a few videos back, I talked about how Burkina Faso had sent a whole bunch of trucks over to Niger. As you know, Niger also sanctioned, also blackball right now. So yeah, that's what you got to do, man. You got to strengthen your diplomatic alliances amongst African nations, man, amongst your brothers, man. And the reason why I say you got to strengthen your intelligence branch, you got to strengthen your security forces first is because they better be secure, because the next thing I'm about to say, you're going to need to be secure. You need to nationalize the resources, man. You need to nationalize the resources and the key industries. You need to reduce or eliminate, especially if France still got influence in any industries, get the fuck out. Yeah. Now, in terms of propaganda warfare, you need to establish state-controlled media. State-controlled media, you need to counteract any outside bullshit, any outside narratives. You need to counteract foreign propaganda. You need to control the narrative domestically and internationally. And not only that, you need to conduct counterintelligence operations. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say about that. You need to conduct counterintelligence operations. And I know this sounds basic. I know this sounds like everybody should understand this, but keep the location of the president a secret. Keep the location of the president a secret. There should be no reason why they know exactly where the president live, where the president gonna be at, where the president pulling up at. No. Keep the movement. Not only the president, but all members of government. Keep your movement secret, man. But anyways, what do I know, man? I'm just a random black man on YouTube. I'm just sharing my thoughts, man. Showing love to my brothers, man. Hopefully they hear the video, hear what I gotta say. Take it into account, brothers. Got love for y'all, man. But anyways, it's your boy Neferkari, that's Salim, back in the building. Yes, indeed. Cash App up on the screen, and I'm gone. Peace.
Reincarnated, I'm back in original fashion. I left on a horse and came back in that ass, and I left with abundance and came back to famine. We used to be pyramids, now we be rapping. Look how the mighty have fallen. Used to be running, now we be walking. When you be cooning, that's when they applauded. Selling your soul, your sons and your daughter. Gotta come up in this shit, they stuck in the mix. Really, my heart it be breaking. That's why I'm stacking that paper and handle my business. Pass it down in generation. Talking about money and power and building a nation. That's a deadly combination. Never be watching the TV, they pushing agendas, falsifying information. Know they got malice intentions. Step in the room and I'm feeling the tension. Enemy watching, he blocking my vision. Pay for the check cause I need my redemption. Building my kingdom, I need it protected. Ready for war like a young Money Congo. Never decided the team is the motto. Up in the crib and I'm whipping up waffles. Up in the crib and I'm smoking gelato. I'm chilling, I'm taking my pain and make it ambition. I'm blessed by the gods, but I ain't religious. I came for the power, they came for the bitch. They making no hourly wage, I got business. This shit is an art and they could never be taught. Selling my soul, I can never be bought. Play for my money, I see you in court. Run to the check and I do it for sport. Babylon falling, I go to the source. Packing my luggage and go overseas. Shorty be with me and she so elite. Shorty be chocolate, I'm calling her Hershey. Secret intelligence probably gon' murk me. Don't fuck with brands, cause nigga I'm Haitian. Say the wrong shit and you're smacking their faces.